SA, I think you have seen we'll discuss further about what is RoyalSa and everything, but it's all about insurance. You can see, but especially the older people, they understand better. Even Pandakapura, Nancy has not knows Fidelity, is not going to scare. I don't know, I'm 2,000 hours. Sorry for that, I'm 2,000 hours. This company has been in existence for a very long time. I think if I was speaking under correction, yesterday when we had a discussion, they told me they are celebrating 90 years of existence. If you see a company being able to exist for over 90 years, it's not a job. It takes a lot of commitment, dedication, honesty, and doing things the right way. Because today we're not going to see Fidelity today. So I'd like to appreciate and welcome and ask the management of Fidelity. We have got the MD of Fidelity Life Assurance of Zimbabwe in the house and his team. We also have the Reserve Bank. I call it the Reserve Bank, he knows it when I speak to him, because he's the one who makes things happen. You know, we need money. So we have also got the finance manager for Fidelity Life of Zimbabwe in the house. He also traveled with the MD, is also here. Can you stand up, sir? Thank you. If we can see, we're going to so we appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much for coming through and be with us. Then, we also have got two very important special people to me. Because let me tell you a very short story. We don't know each other. This is my first time to meet them. But we have been in conversation for more than 4 months, if I'm not mistaken, when we're trying to make sure that we bring this event together. We don't know each other, but we just started talking through email. And through that discussion, we developed a very good relationship, a good understanding. And the most person that I always speak to, not saying that all of them are not important, but I would like to ask also Molin Wande to stand up. She's the marketing manager for she's the one who made this to be possible today with TOT partner. There's a lot of communication that has been happening up and down, asking her to come and all this to make sure that it happens. But she is the one who made, and I'm going to say it also in front of everyone here. It's not easy to trust someone that you've never worked with before, that you don't know, that you've never met before, but through communication only to say, you know what, I think we can make this work. And I'm putting my commitment to you in front of the MD, in front of the finance manager, that this is not a mistake. The decision that they've taken to say, let's partner with RoyalSa to make sure that we make this is not a mistake. And I'm putting my head on the block in front of all the people to say, you're not going to regret this decision that you've managed to convince these people to say, let's work with RoyalSa. So thank you so much once again, Molly, from the bottom of my heart and for everyone. Thank you so much. Molly also doesn't travel. I'm married. And they work in the same department, they work together to make sure that things, So I'd like to also to ask Audrey to stand up also. She's in the marketing department. She has also traveled with, also she's also here. Right, so I want to thank all of you guys, especially the Fidelity team, to have made this possible. It is because of them that we are here today. We appreciate you, and we hope, and we are telling you that we're not going to disappoint you. We're going to make sure that this RoyalSa partnership with Fidelity is going to go places, not going to end here only in Cape Town. And it's a promise that you're saying in front of everyone. So thank you so much once again, and thank you for trusting us. Right. Before I finish, I'm going to ask, because I'm sure TSA knows about social media. Nowadays, you can't do business without social media. There's no way. Because social media, don't about every business. If you put it on social media, that's where the customers are. So I would like also to take this time to say, through our discussion and communication that we had with Fidelity Life, through Moline and the team and everything, we managed to discuss and come up with a plan to say, let's look for a team that we are going to work with in social media. And we could not find any better team to work with besides Kim and Tana. Okay? These are our brand ambassadors for RoyalSa Insurance South Africa. And I think we all know the knowledge of my brand ambassador. And the left page, let us see, love and like. No language here. Always go and like and be on the page and make sure that you make it work. So guys, thank you so much also for allowing to work with us. And again, I trust and believe that we've seen the work that you've done before, and we are very proud of your work. And again, I'm saying, let's make this work. You, the team of RoyalSa, team of Fidelity Life, let's make sure that we make that a success. And thank you so much. They are very humble couple. One likes to teach. They are very nice. Not even a single scandal and that numbers well. If you check, and that is why, because if you look at Fidelity Life, it's not a company that would want to work with celebrities that were never issues. So we have to make sure that we make a perfect choice that suits what we need. So that's why we end up getting them. And once again, thank you so much for partnering with us. And thank you so much for thank you. Now I'm working with Gore. So what happened is, the 90% function didn't manage how Guru. And I worked for Nedbank because I've been in insurance for a very long time. So when I was going, sorry. So when I was going on stage, because you know I talk too much, you know some people they like to talk. If you give us opportunity to talk, what is it, Chidi? Sit down, that's us. So when I was going to stage, he gave me a note which was written, kiss. And it's coming from a man. I don't understand if it was coming from my wife. I think she's also here. Or coming from someone else. It was coming from a man. And I'm walking there and I say, wait. Then he gave me and I read this, it's a kiss. And I was like, what does that mean? So like I end up stage, she found out, she made safe and cut it. What is he trying to say? So when I got there, I was and then he spoke, but I have something that is bothering me. What is this man trying to say? And then appears and I went back and said, what did you mean? Then I went back and I was, what do you mean? Do you know what I meant? That's exactly what you did. And what did you mean? I said, keep it short, used to. So I'm going to keep it short. Thank you so much. So, like the MC have said, let's have some drinks, guys. Even the time, I think the OCF we are behind time. We're not gonna actually make it 20 minutes, maybe 5-10 minutes, just to take photos, get some drinks. But no, the time of past speech and everything, everyone is ready. So let's do it quick so that we can get rolling because we are behind time. So let's make sure that we do it. But thank you so much. Thank you guys. That's fine. Thank you guys. So yeah, let's do that. 5 minutes and then photos. And so I think let's also, those people, let's go and meet the management of Fidelity. I'm not Swansbeck, I'm back. I'm back. Can I move the way that just when I talk. However, the managing director of Fidelity Life Assurance Mr. Reginald Chimota, here present. The marketing manager, Ms. Maureen Wande. The finance manager, Mr. Blessing Mushore. The head of digital marketing, Ms. Audrey Makar. Dr. Edmore Chinamo, in absentia, who is listening from the UK as we speak. Distinguished leaders of our community, clergy, members of the media, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. A very good afternoon to you all. Kazwai, Makati, Molweni, Salibonani. My name is Brian Lenmo Mabani, the CEO of RoyalSa Insurance, as I said already. A company that was formed to provide insurance services to Zimbabwe in the diaspora, in partnership with Fidelity Life Assurance of Zimbabwe. With our extension of Zimbabwe to South Africa through marriage, Dileka Guyana and Zimbabwe were also in the present. We gather here not just as a launch, but as a coronation. A coronation of hope, a reaffirmation of dignity, and the birth of a new unshakable pillar of support for our community. This partnership between RoyalSa Insurance and Fidelity Life Assurance is a landmark achievement, a first of its kind in South Africa, and it is born from a single and powerful purpose, which is to serve and protect the Zimbabwean spirit abroad. I stand before you today not just as a Chief Operations Officer, but as a fellow Zimbabwean who understands the complex of our lives in South Africa. We're a community of builders, of strivers, of relentless dreamers. We are the engineers, we are the nurses, we are the entrepreneurs, we are the students, and we are the mothers and fathers who contribute daily to the vibrant economy of this nation, while forever keeping a piece of hearts in the soil of Zimbabwe. Even though Dudula can say Mabambe, see happy. I see him now. This is our second walk. I must tell you a story that happened also again. I'm a man of stories. I was in Botswana 2003. When I went to Botswana, I met another lady. Then she asked me, what is this about the Zimbabwean people about Sata? And then she asked again, and your music, you know our music? And what did she mean about that? She meant that wherever we go, we still keep our identity. We always eat Sata. I'm sure but the people know Japanese. Those guys came here and asked me, are we going to be on TV? Because Mr. Lloyd, who is from Tech Media, who deals with media, he has got all his equipment ready. And they were asking, are we going to be on TV? Especially the music that you play. It goes a long way. So our story as Zimbabweans is a breathtaking resilience. But within that story of strength, there lies a chapter often written in silence. A chapter of anxiety, unspoken fears, and of burdens that weighs heavily on every breadwinner's shoulder. Today I want us to speak openly about the burden. The economic reality of many of our brothers and sisters in the delicate balancing act. Every rand earned meticulously is meticulously allocated to rent, to groceries, school fees, and the vital remittance that sustain families back home. That also contributes to the state. To the extent that some of you here, especially men, Gorino parents don't take a thousand one. January to December, one will take one. You know, the take actually the next one can have to pay. But now, when death occurs, the grief is paralyzing. But for us, The grief is compounded by a daunting, logistically complex, and financially crippling process. Zvakaoma, it's not easy. It's very difficult. Where can you raise 40,000, 30,000? It's a big problem. We hear stories every day, and perhaps some of you in this room have lived them, especially on social media. A lot of that happens. Motors go from road. People getting stuck at the border. People being dumped in Zimbabwe, but they promise to be brought back. Those are all challenges that we face after paying our hard-earned money. These are stories of agonizing delay. There are also stories of agonized delays that prolong the pain of money. But there is more that is being added instead of people coming to you to help you to make you a better person. There are stories of lack of transparency. A lot. Which poor quotation, you are told 30,000. The next thing there's 2,000 more. The next time there's 5,000 more. Why? Where families are left in dark, not knowing where their loved ones are, or when they finally go home. I want to understand what is going, there's lack of communication. Stories of hidden costs and unexpected levels that emerge at the most vulnerable moment, taking a sacred duty into a financial nightmare. As we know. So this is the gaping void we have identified as RoyalSa. This is the pain we are here to alleviate. The shortcomings in the current systems are not just operational failures. They are failures of compassion, failures of dignity. And we say today, that ends now. So, what are we offering as RoyalSa? We are launching a comprehensive suite of funeral products, tailored specifically for Zimbabwe in the diaspora. This includes accessible family funeral cover to protect our immediate loved ones, and a scalable group schemes for those united in churches, workplaces, hometown associations, ensuring that our broader community is also safeguarded. So it's not only about individual plans, but we're also there to assist and help my churches. That's why you see we also invited churches here. We also invited companies. We also invited group people to be here with us. But we dare to ask a more profound question. Why should our insurance only be about death? Why can't it also be about life, about legacy? I've been working with Kim and Tanaka for some time once we started the page of RoyalSa, and I've also asked each and everyone to go and follow and like it as well, like they always tell you to do. There was one of the person who went on the page and asked me, is it another funeral plan that is coming? And she said, actually saying, my funeral, I want this. But it's not about oneness or about anything. And it got me thinking, yes, people always think funerals. This thing led our decision to offering what is called Makayapo product. Okay? A word that resonates with every one of us. This is not just a name, it is a philosophy. This product is a revolutionary program that links funeral coverage with the pathway to home ownership in Zimbabwe. The Fidelity Life Assurance Manager will talk in detail about the Wakayapo product. We are the first insurance company that is going to help each and every person who is here in South Africa to build your house in Zimbabwe. We have a lot of Zimbabweans who have been scammed, never land barrels. They have been scammed, some with even churches, taking your money and saying to you, we are going to extend for you. We are going to do 1 and 2 for you, but never materialized. So this is why we also brought this opportunity together with Fidelity Life. Okay, so it's very important. So this product is there to help you, people in the diaspora, to make sure that you have what you call your house in Zimbabwe. akuchina zvekuvharwa kana zvekutorerwa mari kana muchinzi bhadhara mari akadukuza kuti mari yako iri kuenda kupi. Where is it going? To Fidelity. And she'll explain more about it so that we're not for those who have also questions. So together with the funeral cover, there is an opportunity to own. Because remember, I remember I came here in 2006, 2007. Tell me, I thought you take a fridge. I thought you take a bed. Was that Asha? I never do that. But to my surprise, 20 years later, I'm still away. So this is all. So we cannot say I'm just gonna live the good life when I go home. You need to make sure that you also build that life back home. I know everyone is talking about going home because December 1. South Africa. Sure. And make sure I cannot take us off a phone. What's not tough to be empty? Right, so we need that to end. We need to plan our lives. So it's not, RoyalSa is not only about death. There is more that is in store to make sure that we assist you. Now, a vision without a robust engine is merely a dream. This is where RoyalSa's promise comes to life. Why should you trust us with this critical responsibility? Why should you leave your current insurance that you have and come to RoyalSa? Why should you come? It's because our process is seamless. From the first point of contact, a dedicated case manager will guide you. We've got digital platforms that will provide real-time tracking. Our partnership with established vetted services across the border guarantee speed and respect. We have pre-cleared pathways and transparent or inclusive pricing. There will be no hidden cost, no agonizing delays. We are not just selling a policy document. We are selling peace of mind, powered by a world-class operational machine. Just to give you a hint, we're also going to have a self-service. I know a lot of people, they talk about AI. But what can it do to you? You have it, but you can't use it. So now, RoyalSa is also a system that you choose your language, Mr. Grace. I want to speak in Shona. What puts up WhatsApp? The town products are more RoyalSa. Young people are going to cover a cat. Itamari, young town of Maria, Waka my details are going to a picture. You'll be able to read my details on the system. This is all part of AI. And to make sure that this becomes easy for each and everyone. So we're trying to make sure that life becomes very easy for everyone. And you don't have to, and some of the people are not going to wind up shop, we want to make your payments for policies. I'm talking from experience. They get there, policy number. Now they can't pay. Because maybe paper and stuff. With our system, we can just check, please send me, this is my ID, what is my policy number? Boom, boom, it comes, then you make your payment. So that is what you're trying to make sure that you make life easy for each and every person here. Our partnership with Fidelity Life Assurance is our bedrock. Guys, it's not easy to partner with such a big company. I can tell you that. And we are going to make sure that we do everything by the book, everything right, because we cannot tarnish the image of Fidelity because of RoyalSa that came today. So we do carry a huge responsibility as RoyalSa with what the responsibility that we're given with Fidelity Life Assurance. Our strategy is to embed ourselves with the very fabric of our society. We are formally engaged in churches, the spiritual shepherds of our people. We are reaching out to business groupings and hometown associations, the economic and social networks that bind us. We are collaborating with all civil groups that work on the ground each and every day. Through this partnership, we ensure our products are understood, they are accessible, and they are tailored. These groups will become our extended family, our brand ambassadors of trust, and ensuring that every Zimbabwean, from Messina to Cape Town, knows that the real partner is arrived. Our physical rollout will be a strategic one. We are establishing our flagship operations here in the Western Cape, creating a model of excellence. We will refine our system, build our community relationship, and demonstrate our unwavering commitment. From this solid base here in the Western Cape, we will expand methodically to Gauteng, to KwaZulu-Natal, and every other province where our committee has planted its flag. This is a national mission. It's not a mission for RoyalSa. It's a national mission. And we have the men to achieve it. And not only for RoyalSa, but partner with Fidelity Life Assurance. And to make this a reality, the building of our team has begun. Recruitment of our is officially underway at this moment. We are seeking passionate, dedicated Zimbabweans who believe in this cause to join our ranks and be the human face of our mission, like Kim and Tanaka have already done. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, what we are launching today is more than a company or a product. It is a covenant, a sacred promise between us and the community we are privileged to serve. It is a covenant to protect our families in the most vulnerable hour. A covenant to dignity, to dignify the final journey of our loved ones. And through Vakayako, which will be explained in detail, a covenant to build tangible generational wealth right here in our new home. This is our moment to change the narrative, to move from anxiety to assurance, from uncertainty to stability, from just surviving to truly thriving. Join us on this historic journey and let us write this new chapter of security, dignity, and prosperity together, not alone. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you, and we trust your partnership. Thank you.
By someone who is selfless, someone who is not only shaping our vision, but he continues to push us. He continues to support us. You go to him with the craziest idea, and he will support you. And if you fail, it's okay. He will still support you next time. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mr. Chota.
Thank you, MC Munchaye. You tried to do protocol, but the damage had been done. You took a good look at me and my height, and you say, Tana, Joshikira. This sounds a bit personal. What is he saying? So I'm putting it out there, we'll have a separate conversation outside so that we talk about that. But thank you, MC, and thank you, COO. As the CEO did his speech, I think he covered it all. So my job now will just be putting the 60 or 70 things that he left so that we plug the gap. But I'll just start by saying, as far as Fidelity are concerned, it's nice to be here. But I will answer. What do we say? It's nice to be here. It's nice to be here. Thank you. That's better. Now, in terms of the salutations, I'll just say all protocols of ZEPS. I think it has you've done a good job of acknowledging those that need to be acknowledged. And I was going to start by introducing myself, but I think I've already been introduced. My team has also been introduced. What I can just tell you about my team so that at times I don't say it behind their back or I never say it at all. I have a great team, guys. So you've been safe. These are a young professional team. I'm very proud of them, and I'll tell you they will never let you down. Not that I've said where the witnesses, this is for negotiating promotions or no, that's a statement of fact that I've made. But still having said that, part of the reason why I was sure I had to come is for important things like this, so that if they should drop the ball, for whatever reason, you can phone me straight. Right? To say either this is what your team has done or not done, or to say, as Fidelity, you came and you promised us this. We have this situation, and you made that promise, so what do we do now? That's why it was very important for me to come and be able to underwrite the promises that were made today. Because after all, you're doing insurance, what are you doing? You're selling promises, isn't it? Yeah, you're selling promises. And as we say for Fidelity, every business is in the business of something, isn't it? So when you hear Fidelity, what are we in the business of?
People.
That's what we tell ourselves. We are in the people's business, specifically solving people's problems. That's what we believe in. That's our philosophy, isn't it? So you should always hold us to account of that. Then in terms of further introducing Fidelity, Fidelity is actually a group of companies made up of 7 operating SPVs. The life and pensions, that's the flagship, isn't it? But we also have a different SPV, fully fledged, which does medical aid, direct competitor to CIMAS. We also have a funeral services company. I was going to say direct competitor to Nyarazi, but I was just showing some colleagues who said they've written to us, who said they now want to work with us on a collaborative basis. We also have an SPU, which does micro lending, financial services. We have one which does asset management. We have another one which does actuarial consultants. Then we have another one which is operating in Malawi. That's 7. So that's at the 7 SPUs. And also having said that, it's not the first time that we're making forays like in South Africa. We have never been timid about operating in the region. As Fidelity Life was operated in Angola, in Zambia, in Kenya, and even in South Sudan, where we ran away from it. So we are not averse to operating beyond the borders of Zimbabwe. You had the MC talking about Fidelity being 90 years old. The history of it, so that we put more flesh to it. There is a company called Legal General, which started in the UK in 1896. It then opened the sub-office in 1932 in the then rotation in Bulawayo, but the full office was opened in 1936 in Harare, then Salisbury. That's how we start counting to get to 90 years. And it operated as Legal General. So those who are a bit older, they will know a company called Legal General. That's the one that changed the name to Fidelity Life in 1988. So we are a very old company, and as the management team, we are always very clear of the word stewardship. Pattern is what you need. And we have to do the very best we can when we can. Then we also hand over to the next generation. And at Fidelity, it's always seamless. We're talking about it with my team at breakfast to say, yeah, some of the youngsters that you see at Fidelity now in the elevator, aren't we going to be investigated? Are we sure we're not operating or employing toddlers now at Fidelity? What am I saying? We believe in the youth policy, especially when I'm talking of AI. I can't do much with the AI. So we have to employ young people and groom them. And eventually, gradually, they also want to take over. So just like we inherited this company, we are very clear we also want to pass on a company which is strong to the next generation. Why that should be potential policyholder like yourselves? You always ask yourself, this company, will it be there tomorrow? Listen, after I put in my money there. So that's why I say we're not a fly-by-night company. We are likely to outlive all of us in this room. Then, in terms of, apart from being that long, we are registered with the regulator IFEC. So in the event of anything, someone to fallback position, to say this registered entity of yours came to South Africa, came to Cape Town, they did a BCD, now they're leading. So we are regulated by IPIC. But beyond that, we're also listed on the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange. So most of what I'm going to say, given what I'm not going to say, is in the public domain. You want our financials, they're on the internet or on the website. Both our website and that of the stock exchange. When I talked about the asset management company, they are running one of the biggest, if not the biggest REITs in Zimbabwe, and that REIT was early this year May listed on the Victoria Falls Stock Exchange. Again, things you can research on the internet. Shareholding, in brief, the biggest shareholder of the company called Zimbabwe, but more importantly, the biggest shareholder in Zimbabwe is in Tata. So you will find that way. As we speak, we are doing additional things. What do I mean by additional things? There is a team of Zimbabweans based in Joburg who are currently on site, laying pipes. We're going to do a major infrastructure development of piped gas to those houses. And they're also going to put a solar plant. I'm just trying to say, when we are with someone, we want to chat with you from the beginning right up to the end. That's the philosophy of Fidelity. Beyond the housing, we also then come to the end of life, which is what we're also talking about. When someone passes away, when our medical aid is then totally failed. Here we are talking about repatriation services, we are talking about the full funeral services, and we are even talking about the tombstone. That's why we're saying it's now cradle to the grave and beyond. And last week I got a report that our marketing team is now negotiating with St. Peter to say, if you only died, if you get a pass. That's what the but yeah, that's our philosophy, to say it should be an end-to-end seamless service. When you talk of repatriations and part of our philosophy of then having relevant products, we were saying, if you look at the Cape Town market, it can't be repatriations as usual. We are looking at it by air as being very viable. And we actually got some tentative figures we can incorporate that we work with. We know it's around 2,000 and it can be incorporated into a policy. You need to excuse me when I talk of money, it's USD coming from Zimbabwe. So yes, we need to have a product that actually talks of repatriation by air. The moment you try to drive, that's when you have all these issues of cars breaking down, and you're then removing the dignity from the funeral. So that's something we're going to be doing. I'm still under the subheading of our philosophy. So I've talked about relevant products. We believe in the product that actually speaks to the people we're trying to serve. So even this housing developments, we were saying where there's all mutual, Zimnat First Mutual, everyone was doing high-rise, retail, commercial, and we said, but no, our policyholders, where are they staying? Let's go residential. We were the first company to do that. And beyond South, we have also done Mandresa, and currently blessings on a spree of actually buying land banks to support Wakayabo. So there is land for Wakayabo, and we really want to make sure that when we return, ladies and gentlemen, we have property in Zimbabwe. Then part of our philosophy again is to follow Zimbabweans where they are. And we were very clear about our definition. The Zimbabweans were marginalized. So in Zimbabwe, we're dealing extensively with the informal sector as a segment that we're dealing with. And beyond that, we are very deliberate. We want to service those in the diaspora. We even have a whole section which does deals with the diaspora. And when we talk about what we're doing in the diaspora, we have been doing yes. And we've seen their needs. They are more linked to investments. They want to invest in high-rise things or high-market things. That's what their needs. And we're addressing those through the REIT, and they're making investments in the Victoria Falls. Not to say it's shut to you guys. It's a conversation we can also have. We've also been to the UK champion blessing day, And we have a fair idea of what they need in the UK, and we have the solutions for them. So we are also deliberate about knowing that more Zimbabweans are in South Africa, isn't it? So beyond what we are talking about today, we want to research further. Tell us what are the needs that we have. We are very segmented people's business, so that we work together and what? And solve those problems. And beyond solving ourselves, in the conversation with some gentlemen there, to say we have a very strong ESG ethos, which is giving back to the communities that we serve. We are not averse to drilling boreholes and solar with the communities that we work with, and churches. I don't know how it started, but in Zimbabwe, apparently, we work with a lot of churches, and they've got needs. And I was telling those gentlemen, those churches have got youth, and we want to work with that youth. We want to capacitate them and empower them, isn't it? They must start events management companies, which serve programs and other people. How do you have funerals and weddings where someone else is coming to do the catering? Shouldn't it be your youth who are doing that? So let's work on those projects. In Zimbabwe, again, we're taking those youth from the church because we have a school of mortuary science, and we're giving them qualification, recognizing the teachers when they can have a career in funeral services. So, we need to have conversations beyond the products. What else can we do to give back to the various communities that we work in? The last philosophy that I want to talk about is strategic partnership. We are very clear we can't do everything on our own. And I think we always know that what we go to bed with is very important. So we do strategic partnerships, hence the one that we're doing with RoyalSa today. We value those partnerships, and we hope combined we are going to deliver value to the people we're going to serve. As I come to the close of my discussion, the other notes that I then picked as I was hearing in the earlier conversations is, again, championed by blessing, responding to the UK, but equally I'm sure it will also apply here. We are going to be offering MTA services to afford people a very, I think at some point we're actually talking, depending on the relationship, we shouldn't be charging any fees for someone to send their money from South Africa to Zimbabwe. Listen, if we're going to charge anything at all, it shouldn't be the ones that have been charged by the normal MTAs. So that's something again we're going to be working on. We also want to emphasize whatever products you're going to hear, yes, you can cover someone here, but you can equally cover your relatives back home. And we've got very good products. We're going to hear more about Wakayako, but we are getting every product called FlexiCom, which is doing very well. In short, you pay $2 per month to cover someone for $2,000. In the event of death, you either get services worth $2,000, and I'll tell you a quarter of that can get saved now. $2,000 is a total over the top, isn't it? Or you can get a hybrid, part services, part cashback. Or if there's a policy already, you get your $2,000 as cash in Zim, isn't it? So those are the products that we think speak with the market segment, like yourselves, especially those in the church environment. Those are the notes from Fidelity that I wanted to share with you. I can even allow people who might want to have specific questions, 2 or 3, I can take them. But beyond that, I think my colleague Molin is going to tell us more about Fidelity. But we really value this partnership. We really value you as our potential clients. And my promise to you is we want to create Fidelity. Thank you very much.
So, tinashandino kuna kuwedzera. Anzi chakanaka mukaka urungwe. Tizo. Chakanaka. Tina chandokwanisa kuedha kana kutapudza. Tinovimba kuti tese tanatsonzwa nekuteerera zvavanga vachitaura. So vati he is in a position to take either 1 or 2 questions So before we move on with the program, is there anyone with a question? Yes.
I just want to ask that, basically, like, do you offer life insurance policies in case someone passes, something that the kids can benefit or something that can send the kids to school when the passes? Thank you.
I only this my voice is short as my height. So yes, we do have a suite of products. We're talking about Little Genius. We have another one called the Scholar Fund, which is specifically designed to complete the balance of school fees that are payable should the breadwinner spend those school fees guys.
I just want to ask Pamela Medicals. Pamela Medicals, are you considering, like, what's happening in South Africa? People are missing away from health centers. Are you considering that people can get medical insurance so that you can go and visit your doctor afterwards? Something like that.
You mean to cover someone here in South Africa?
Yes.
Yeah, so currently what we are doing is for students who are studying in South Africa, and we do that with the various partners, not that we do directly also. To be able to extend that, I'm sure it's a conversation we can have with the local medical aid companies here, to have something that's tailored to Zimbabweans, and yeah, I'm sure it's something we can do. Because one of the executives, for example, is Discovery. And also Momentum, the sit on our board is so we can try and have a package for Zimbabweans here that we have a say in. But I'm trying to think what would we do differently from me walking into any other provider. Unless it's an issue of maybe people having challenged because they are not documented, something like that. But it's a conversation that we can have to say, can we develop a medical solution for the Zimbabweans? It's something we can do.
I'll take one last one.
So just to take you again when you spoke about the life cover, we've been like comparing the figures with the South African service providers. And for the life cover, I think they provide up to about as much as 5 to 10 million rand in terms of life assurance. And now, can't we have something of that nature or that will almost match that? Let's say somebody dies and you are a breadwinner living in South Africa, and you've been looking after your family, and now you are gone. Your family might need a certain amount, significant enough, to cover for a period of time so that they can decide whether to relocate to Zimbabwe or stay here in South Africa, and at least they must have a starting point.
I'm very impressed with a quick calculation here to say 10 million rand. It's about 600,000 US dollars. So, yeah, the challenge we might have there is, you see, when we spoke about 2,000 cover for $2, we are saying maybe that speaks to the majority of the people we are targeting. The moment you offer a product like that, like any insurance product, it has to have critical mass, isn't it? If you bring it to the market, it must have at least a minimum number of subscribers. If you are going to say, I will use the dollars that you spoke about, 600,000, which is over $500,000. You can't then have a product where there are only 20 people subscribing to that product. It won't work. So it's maybe for the research to say, can we launch that product and have 5,000 people subscribing? Then our actual will tell us it makes sense. So I might need to do a bit of research and come back to you on that one. But at the lower end, we're sure we'll get the numbers and it will be viable.
might wish to die today. Look at this. All these buses, hakuna anosala kuenda kufuneral. We also have unbranded cars. So when you go to Zimbabwe and you would want to move around, not with the haze, we can also offer courtesy vehicles. So during the time that you'll be mourning. We also have courtesy houses for those vasati. So we're going to have a comprehensive plan for you. Yekuti kana mauya ku Zimbabwe and makatomirwa kuti akona kuti vachapinda pai. So got you. If you wish. I mean, we are there for you as Fidelity. And all this infrastructure, we are saying when we give you a promise, we want to deliver it with dignity. And for us to have survived 90 years without scandals, without drama, why would we start with you? We are going to give you what we promised. So in that spirit, Yekuti, we offer an ecosystem of projects for the people, since we're in the people's business. I will invite Audrey to speak about the famous Lakayabo. You will like this one. Thank you, Audrey.
Thank you, Molly. So I'm going to talk about housing. Our famous innovative product here, as Mrs. Shota said, a get of Fidelity South Park, Mahamonzwanisha, Zimbabwe Park, Mahamonzwanisha, Mandresa. These are communities that we have developed as Fidelity. We have always been a land developer, we have always developed our land. In our developing land, like Mrs. Shota said, we learned from these projects that we did. 15,000 guy put one in but you know what they say she was a final was a medical aid to know what so on a monthly basis teaching kinda and also December she got at a square up to up my Fidelity communities at my cluster homes at pure Fidelity. It's not touching that 2 million Maria. I wait directly. It's also what cluster anyone could really copy. Stand anyone could get a copy. And like Mrs. Shota said, blessing can be a witness. Marisa Yutino, Tenga Malen Banks. To mention a few, we have currently we have storage that we are finishing developing. That is in Harare, Kadoma, Chebutu. We want to choose that. You might want to be Victoria Falls, Usinaji noise, Usinaji Makon. So we want you to choose at the end of the day. So we buy land banks, you get to choose between stand and so that's basically how Makayako works. I know but because of time, we'll make it short and then let more animals or tools up to it's not to transfer say but to put to the extracted let's develop Zimbabwe. When Chichifire is to set the background. Chichiraka, Chichifire must stand, Chichifire my customers. Wow. All right. And the other visits, but not to two dimensional lens being security package, the money this is where but the money man wants put answer to put permanent beings are permanent. So please allow me to introduce a very special man.
Thank you very much, Audrey. Thank you. Allow me to write on protocols already observed. Thank you all for coming. I just want to take you through some of the projects, and we'll share the visuals after this event. I understand, I think there's going to be a group which is going to be created so that we share some of the information. We could not share all of it because of time. I think I can see some are looking at their clothes. So we'll share the visuals, and just to give you just teasers to what we have in the back. I will just speak to all the items, but I think I will not go deep because of time. So I'll first start with the investments which we are doing with those who have already joined under our products, which are Wakayako. I think in terms of the funeral side, I think you've seen what is on the offering. And in terms of, I think those ECs, I think in Zim, I think you've never seen them, even the trailers. I think someone wanted to say, what are those which way too? Those are trailers. They are also on the offering, and we're really proud of them. And you will see that we are doing great things, and we will continue to do more, and we will also provide in those groups. So just to give you a nutshell of Victoria Falls, which is one of the investments which is under the eco-rate. You will see that what we are doing in Victoria Falls, we have seen that that is a tourist hub just like Cape Town, which is in Zimbabwe, and it's one of the 7 wonders of the world. So you will see that we saw the 3 shortages in terms of hotel capacity, in terms of medical facilities, and also in terms of the holiday homes. So what we've done on that development, we have done 2 hotels with 120 bed capacity. We have done holiday homes, which are on the offering in the moment, which are being sold, and we'll share the visuals. In terms of those ones, in terms of cost, they are ranging from 37,000 to around 6,000, depending on size. And the civil works on that piece of land is being done. So development is now commencing. We are offering 2 beds, 3 beds completed. And in terms of the hospital, it's a 120-bed hospital, which is going to be managed by a foreign company. And also in terms of the hotels, they are going to be managed by ACO. And we want also that to be a world-class standard. And also this will bring also increased capacity to the Victoria Falls International Airport, because we will be able to receive bigger aircraft because of also the health facilities there. We are also doing another project which is in Mazowe, which is divided into 3, where we have a shopping center, which the first phase has been completed, where we have a supermarket, support shops, there's a filling station, and the other part is the holiday homes. And I think those who know my Mukade school, it's next to that one. And if you see it now, it is completely changed landscape there. There are also some holiday homes which are also on the offering, also on the side. And in terms of looking at the diaspora and also the local market, we have said we have segmented our market, and we said we have those who want to stay on the stands which are around 200 to 300 square meters. We also have those who want to stay on bigger pieces, and those, like I think what I've seen here around here, the cluster houses, the high-rise, we have those. We have done a prototype in Greendale, and we'll share also the visuals. You've seen for yourself. In terms of Stonebridge, we'll show also the visuals where the service is at more than 80% completed at the moment. And when we say we are offering these terms, they are like enano. Ours, when we start distributing them, they are fully serviced in terms of water, sewer, roads, and title deeds, so that you can use those title deeds to secure your fund with your banks to build more properties. So that's something which we are doing differently from the rest of the market. And then in terms of Lawayo, we also have land banks, Chekutu is alluded to by Audrey, Kadoma, we have land banks. In Victoria Falls, I've alluded to that, we already have. So we are trying to make a footprint across the country. And we are also saying to say when your Ovakaya matures, you might actually say, I don't want to stay in a line. I want the money, I want to go and build my mansion, maybe like Jinimbi, in a rural home or wherever you want to have it. Or I want to visit my maybe 18-bed house. You can come and collect your money and you do the renovations. And then also on the side that we are also doing gas and solar for our South Africa project, which is the first project to receive that. So you will see that this gas is going to supply, I think we are more familiar with the gas provision to your doorstep, and that will be first in Zim at that scale where you have 5,000 houses connected to the gas. And we are also doing a 5 megawatt plant in the same development, so that this development in other future will have similar. We also doing fiber also, so that we make living as comfortable as possible on all developments which we do. So I think this is something different from what is already in the market, what is offering. And we are trying to say when you move from Cape Town or wherever you are to come to Zimbabwe, you should not feel a difference. I think in summary, I'll take a leave and I think I'll continue with the proceedings. Thank you.
Tinotenda nemashoko anodziya saka zvakureva kuti ukaonawo usina kuzovaka waimba ndikitaura kuti udanave mweya chaivo watodzika iri dhimoni.